Thank you, sorry I'm late.
No, no
Stuck in
problem.
traffic.
You're, not really. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for coming. This is the January 12th regular meeting of the Board of Selectmen here in Jackson at the town office, and it will be followed by a budget hearing after the conclusion of our regular meeting. Thanks for coming. We're glad you're here. We typically start by taking a look at the last minutes from our previous meetings. We've got two sets of minutes here. We've got the, we'll start with the minutes from our board meeting on December 22nd. And it was a public meeting, and we had one item on the agenda. Had both of you had an opportunity to look at those minutes?
Yep.
Either one of you care to make any amendments? All right, no amendments, no changes. I'll entertain a motion to approve those minutes as written then.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Excellent. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Very good.
Oh, I need a real pen.
December 22nd meeting. Thank you.
Good. Thank you. Thank you very much. Can I keep it?
Oh, it's brand new.
Not anymore.
It's a good one.
Thank you. And then our most recent meeting was on December 29th. That was a regular meeting right here at the town office. And we have a set of minutes to provide edits or any changes to or approve as written. Would either one of you have any changes to suggest to those minutes?
No, I wasn't at that meeting, so
Oh, that's right, you weren't there. That's right.
I'll abstain on that.
Okay, very good. Then I'll look for your motion to approve as written then.
I make that motion.
And I'll go ahead and second that motion. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Abstain?
Aye.
Very good. Thank you. And then no action items from our last meeting, but we do have lots of upcoming meeting dates that have been set that we're happy to pass along to all of you. Our next meeting here is Thursday, January 26th, and that meeting is going to begin at 4 p.m. and it's going to begin with a public swearing in of our new police chief, who's here tonight, Chief Purley. And then our regular selectmen's meeting will begin at around 4:30 after that public swearing in. And then probably some point around 5:15 p.m. we estimate that is going to be when our police department listening post will begin. So we encourage everybody to come and bring us your thoughts and whatever concerns you may have about the police department. And that will be Thursday, January 26th, right here in this room. Thursday, February 9th, beginning at 4 p.m. is our regular selectmen's meeting, followed by budget hearing number 2, probably around 4:30. And Thursday, February 23rd, regular selectmen's meeting at 4 p.m. Thursday, March 9th at 4 p.m. is the regular selectmen's meeting right here. And then Tuesday, March 14th is the date of the town elections, and that will be over at the Whitney Center from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then Thursday that same week, March 16th, will be our town meeting at the Whitney Center, followed by the last meeting of March, which is Thursday, March 30th, and that'll be 4 p.m. right here at the town office. So, lots coming up. And next up on the agenda is a police report. Chief Purley's here. Would you like to come up and sit and provide us with a report?
Sure. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for coming. Of late, of course, I've been spending the majority of my time finding my way around Jackson and getting to know everyone because there's lots of roads and lots of people to meet. Of late, myself and Officer McDonald, the two of us, of course, have been covering the patrol and responsibilities as I also work my way through the administrative responsibilities as chief. This past weekend, we had a cross-country meet at the ski touring center. We did have one road crossing that we provided some traffic control and security for that was up by the Eagle Mountain House. There was originally going to be 3, and I had put out a notice on the e-news, but I had put that notice out, and then at 9 o'clock that night, they changed the course for whatever reason. But that was fine because we had a little less to be worried about. And I'm going to try to make a regular course of that if we have anything that impacts public safety, impacts driving, or I feel the town should know about. I'll be reaching out to the e-news and submitting them some information so they can get it out, because I think it's a great mechanism for that kind of information. So that's what's been going on so far for this the first 2 weeks of my career here. So
Thanks, Chief. Dick, any questions?
No.
Comments? John?
Another 2 weeks, maybe?
Anything from out in the audience? Excellent. I guess that was a
Thank you.
thorough and comprehensive report then. Thank you. Next up is our first spot for public comments. Any public comments tonight? Or at this point, anyway, I should say?
Yeah, with one.
Yes.
Public question? So I've spoken with people in the Selectmen's office about the possibility that there would be a gathering in Jackson on the 21st. And I know there's a ski touring event on the 21st, so there'll be lots of people in town. But all over the country, in some 300 or so places, there's going to be something that they're calling the Women's March. And it's a march of unity and conversation and trying to encourage people of all stripes, all interests, all concerns to come together and talk. And, you know, they can hold up placards maybe, they can walk a dog with the event, all across the range. And people who know me know that from square one I've been interested in trying to encourage communication. I was involved, one of the people coordinating the community profile thing in 2002. And so trying to get communication going is a strong interest of mine. And I'd like to try to make this event happen if it's okay with the town.
When?
It's the 21st, so that doesn't give us much time. Every other town in the country has been organizing it for months now. But it was to happen in North Conway, and then at the last minute, North Conway changed it. They said, or Conway, the town said, I guess the application hadn't been in 90 days before, and they didn't have insurance, and all those various things that Conway requires. And I believe Jackson at this point doesn't require them, and that maybe it could go ahead.
Yeah. I have no idea how it impacts the town, but if you could, you know, put some sort of a proposal together that helps us understand just what that event will be and how we will impact the town and why you would have.
Just happen to have a batch of pages about it. I could read off some of them if you want, or just leave them with you.
Well, you can leave them, yeah,
Yeah.
and we can put it on an agenda for a later date or something like
Well,
that.
We don't have it later date.
Yeah.
And the area you're talking about using is the ball field area.
Well, I realize that we need bathrooms probably also, and that bathroom that used to be over there is gone now, I
Right.
think. So maybe we'd be smarter to try to use the Whitney Center as a resource, and doing the school in the Whitney Center. You know, if we got 50 people, I think that would be awesome. I don't think we're talking about a lot of people.
Have you checked in with the folks at the Whitney Center to see if it's available?
No, I wanted to check with you guys first and see if I'm barking up a tree
Yeah.
to go.
Well, I don't have any problem with it. It doesn't sound like it would necessarily impact us or be even something that would involve us. I mean, look, for example, if it was the field, that would just be working with Julie and Julie to reserve it, assuming it wouldn't be already reserved for some other event, which is highly doubtful. So I think you could probably, I don't know.
And there are going to be lots of people in town with this winter carnival thing happening at ski touring.
Yep.
So I don't think we're going to add significantly to that.
Any thoughts, John?
Police coverage, extra
Well,
police
I need to work
coverage?
with Chief Curley about it.
Would there be a need for that you anticipate, or you're not
I
sure?
sure hope not.
Yeah.
I mean, traffic, I mean, is there a march involved? Is that what the gig is? I'm not really,
It's called a march, but when talking with people about it, most people are not marching down major roads that we need to involve police for. I think if we can muster on the ground, say between the marketplace, post office area and the school, and have the Whitney Center available, that would be all I'd be hoping for.
Okay. Yeah, I think it'd probably be great to have a conversation with the chief. We will.
We are both going to be working, myself and Ryan, Saturday, because we do have the cross-country ski event, so we'll have the entire force. So that's benefit, but traffic and pedestrian traffic could be impacted with the road crossings with the cross-country ski race. I have to check in with Bree and kind of pin that down.
Okay.
As we move forward,
Great.
so.
So
But if there's no march, then, because I kind of envisioned maybe there was a march, but.
Well, the word march is.
It's
even
more like a
trivial.
gathering.
Yes, I think gathering is more appropriate for Jackson.
All right, well, assuming that the logistics aren't any big deal to work out, so that public safety is not impacted in any way, Dick, do you have
Shall I
any
leave
thoughts?
this with
that you'd
you?
like to- Or
It's
questions?
Yeah, if you need this, we can get it.
No, I printed it off the internet, it's fine for you.
Thoughts or questions, Dick?
I have no other questions.
Okay.
At this time.
Good luck.
Thank you.
That was the only public comment we saw.
any
Time
others?
to move on for Kevin's report. Kevin?
They want this. Anyone?
I know.
It's like the first time.
Hi, Kevin.
How you doing?
Scaring business away, there's only one this time.
Oh, yeah, it's 16 last time. So we have one new building permit. It's at 50 Muir Lake. It's for a replacement of the deck. I don't even know how old the deck is, probably 20 years old, but it is definitely gone. And did you guys get the things I sent you in your mailboxes?
I haven't checked my mailbox yet.
Oh, okay.
Today?
Yeah.
I was in earlier. When did you
It
drop?
was sent out as an email and then the hard copy of the letters.
I was in early. I don't know what time I went in there, but anyways.
Should I comment on it?
Sure.
or-
Yeah. Anything you want to report on?
All right, I'll comment, because it is public, information. I basically sent a letter to the owners of the Eagle Mountain House.
We're done with this one.
Yes, we are.
Okay,
Yep.
okay.
And to the general manager. And this has to go back to year 2006, 2011, which both those years, there was a study done by Couture Construction and a local engineer.
That's what this one was. That's what it was.
Bergeron.
I did have it.
And basically, it was about the structural of
Oh, the deck.
integrity of the deck, right, porch and all that. So anyway, that was 11 years ago, and they still haven't done anything. And over the years, I've been keeping my eye on it, and they've done some minor work on the holes in the deck up on top, but the actual structure, definitely there's some problems there. So anyway, they were supposed to start work right after the new year, and nobody heard anything. So I basically sent a letter saying I'm gonna close off the porch just for safety reasons. And I found out this past fall, there was over 100 people on the deck from a wedding party.
Mhm.
So we're really loading it up, and that cannot take that load anymore. So anyway, I think they took it well, because I already heard back from them today. The construction company met with the general manager, and they're getting together to schedule together to get moving on this and get this repaired and get the porch all opened up again.
Nice.
So I don't know if they're gonna wait till springtime or they're gonna start right away, I'm really not sure, but they're definitely getting a plan together.
Is the porch closed right now?
Yes, I did, just for liability reasons.
So you're entering around the side and the back?
Nope, they can go right in the front door, just to the left of the, as you're entering the front of the Eagle Mountain House, you have the deck, which is actually like the first floor, and then there's a basement level.
Mm-hmm.
And I checked with Chief Henry about the emergency exit, and that's still can be used as an emergency exit if you had to come out. Any of the exits on the first floor, second floor, I mean, basement floor, I should say.
Got it.
But if you look at the engineering report, you know, look at the pictures and, you know, they got temporary steel posts in some spots and it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
And I was surprised even last summer, I know everyone noticed driving by, one of the posts was kicked in it's almost 18 inches, believe it or not.
Yeah.
But, you know, at least just for visual, you know, appearance, they could have easily jacked it up and put it back in place and make it look better, but they didn't, so.
Mhm.
And,
So it's closed until the work's done.
Yep.
Can you provide us with an update at our next meeting if there are any changes in
I
the
sure can,
status?
yeah,
Great.
without a doubt. And then, and one other issue too, any questions on Eagle Mountain House at all? So another house in town here that the bank owned, and it was sold recently, and I just went in to look at some of the records on it, and I noticed that it had an oil spill back in 1996, and for some reason the state, or DES, Department of Environmental Services, came up and put 5 wells in the year 2000. And they monitored those wells to 2005, and after that, I didn't see anything else in the report. So I called up down there just asking for the report and the results, and it turns out that 2 of the 5 wells, they found contaminants in. And actually last year was the last year, no, 2 years ago, was the last years they did a sample from. And it has to do with permits and stuff running out and money-wise and all that. So anyway, there's a state fund and they have a new company that's gonna monitor the wells, and they signed a contract. So once a year, they'll sample the wells to see what's going on there. The actual drinking well is not contaminated yet, but one of the wells is within 8 feet of that one, and the other well that has a contaminant is like 50 feet away. And I'm trying to get a hold of the engineer who's running the project now, just to see if, you know, abutters need to be notified, or, you know, just to get a heads up what other problems there could be. So, it's another issue.
Okay.
I'll keep you updated on that. too.
I noticed this was the first building permit of the new year. How many did we have last year?
I think we did one over 100, it was, yeah.
105 or something?
Yeah, I think that's the number, yeah. It was,
Excellent. Anything, any questions on any of that?
No, I was just gonna say that what upset me about the Eagle was the initial untruthfulness from the manager. And I'm just glad that it's smoothed out.
Right, yeah, I'm glad to, yeah. I kind of felt bad about the whole thing too in a way, but.
Right, but I mean, after 11 years, it's time to do something.
Exactly, for this other deck here, it's going to 20 years. And that's-
Right.
That one's 114 years old,
Yeah.
104 years old. That's something like that.
Well,
Well, thank you for pursuing that.
All right, you're welcome.
look forward to the end being a nice, new, safe, sturdy
And good
deck.
looking, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, Kevin.
Any weapons?
Thank you.
Okay, new business. We have a report of a cut that requires signatures. And this is our year end.
No, that's just a regular recorder cut. Just
Oh,
a regular
okay.
bill.
Great. Certification date December 31st, 2016. So I would entertain a motion to certify or sign off the certification of yield taxes that have been assessed.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, anything to add, either one of you? All those in favor?
Aye.
Thanks.
Opposed? Very good. And need signatures. That one too. Great. That one. Okay, and we also have some nonprofit corporation paperwork.
Did you just sign 2 pages?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's all there was, right? Yeah. Article of agreement for the Bartlett Jackson Ambulance Service to be officially recognized, I guess, as a 501c3, a nonprofit organization. And so signatures from both towns' selectmen are required on this one. So I'll entertain a motion to approve and sign off on the nonprofit corporation paperwork for the Bartlett Jackson Ambulance Service.
I make that motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Very good. You. Thank you. And last order of new business is approving a cemetery lot agreement. And this is a lot that will be paid for by the purchasers, who are Dan and Jan Andrews, purchasing lot number 746B on the village cemetery. Entertain a motion to approve that for Andrews.
So moved.
Second?
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Very good. John, what have you got for us for a transfer station update?
We are going to start recycling soon. Projected date was supposed to be this weekend. They're all set up, they have signs, and everything's going to be redirected once again. But this will be, the first phase is basically done, and get those barrels filled with different items for different recycling issues, so very psyched.
And the dumpster is open again.
And the dumpster is open again.
You laugh.
You laugh, yeah. That's where most of your calls go, Chris.
No fights, there's plenty for everybody.
Some rejoicing going on over that. It's been a while, so good, that's all good.
Yeah, we're psyched, we had our meeting, and we're all psyched to get that going. We drew up a budget for phase 2. Get that all planned out with the Bartlett Selectmen last week. And assuming that money gets appropriate, we'll get on to phase 2.
And phase 2 is pretty much gonna be,
The canopy, and I believe the building is in that phase, right?
yeah, and the compactor.
And the compactor, that was the other big item,
So,
yeah.
get us into an efficient.
Yep.
Anything to add to that, Dick?
No?
Okay.
The only thing I thought we didn't talk about in the meeting was getting more containers, because now we're gonna start putting out bales, we have to have someplace dry to put them. That's
Yep.
one thing we gotta follow up on that.
Yeah, yeah, and that's operational, and if we didn't include the cost of that, we can always revisit that.
Might have to.
Yeah, okay, excellent. Thanks, John. Public comments? Yes?
I just have a question for John on the recycling. Can there be something that goes out to people if we have to separate farther than how we have been?
Sure.
Just so people know you don't get there and now you have to.
The big thing is the
sort
plastics. I mean, we're separating the plastics based by number, and so there'll be, obviously there'll be signs there.
Okay.
Samples probably will be up there. We're not fully open yet, because we're gonna get a canopy and it's gonna be a railing there, so it's gonna be a little hit or miss to start off for sure. But there are different types of plastics that they have, and
Yeah, like
it should
if
be
it's
well signed. It'll take a little while getting
Yeah.
used to, as you know.
Okay.
Anything else is gonna take a little while, but it's cool to get going. That's good.
Thanks, Edith.
I have just an update, the Jackson Library programming for January. Last night, they had a program on how to use Facebook more efficiently for communication, whether personal, social, or your business. And there were 18 people who showed up for that. That was really good. We had a computer professional come in and show the attendees that. And the next program scheduled for the evening of February 8th, and it's on the tiny houses, the little houses that you can put just about anywhere. And that is at the Jackson Library, and all the programs are free and open to the public.
Thank you.
Great, thank you. Did you go to that Facebook one?
I
I went to the cell phone one.
All right, any other public comments? Hearing none, I'll go ahead and entertain a motion to adjourn our regular meeting.
I'd make that motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Very good, excellent, thank you. And